Hi, I'm Mike Morales. You are listening and watching Sipping Off the Cuff on Tequila Aficionado Media on all of our networks and channels. I'm here in San Antonio. That young man out there with his beautiful Tequila Aficionado t-shirt is who?
Rick Levy, Escondido, California.
By the way, you too can have your own t-shirt. Go to our website, go to our store. You can wear your color proudly. It comes in all these unusual colors. I have a bright orange one that I love. My long sleeve one is a red one too. So, and some other people in the industry like to wear their colors too. So we appreciate your support. Okay, tonight we are going to be tasting and dissecting Adictivo Añejo. As you can see, it's an award winner back in 2017 at the San Diego Spirits Competition. I believe that's what it's called. And we were walking very cautiously through this brand because we've had brands that had come out of these dual distilleries from the Partida family. Some were really beautiful. I think that Don Alberto, which you said is Gildardo's brother.
Yeah. Yeah. So there's two Gildardos. There's the father,
right.
Gildardo Partida Melendres. Right. And then the son is Gildardo Partida Hermosillo. His mother is Leticia Hermosillo Revalero, right, who runs 1477 Puerto de Hierro. The father, Gildardo, also operates out of there. And Don Alberto is their master distiller. And we really loved the Gran Reserva de Don Alberto. Yeah. Puerto de Hierro's, house line is Cava de Oro, which it was probably outside of our preferred profile gamut. It's known for its sweetness. It's thick and sweet, and it's probably, I don't know, maybe it's the extreme range that comes out of there. We have had other pretty sweet tequilas that have come out of Puerto de Hierro, but so far this one is. It's still in that same gamut, but it seems like they're been restraining themselves so far in the Plata and the Reposado.
Yeah, they were very surprisingly so, and I was pleasantly surprised with that Blanco. I had not known that it was a Blanco Suave. Technically, it is the Blanco is now, as they say on their website, it's rested for 2 weeks in French oak.
3 weeks. 3 weeks in French oak.
Well, I'm going to pour this Añejo here in my handy dandy Stossel jarrito that we normally use for mezcal, and Rick will do the same thing with his jarrito for tequila. As we look at my tricep, I got to have a tricep to put that cork back in. This is a really deep, rich color. It is not. It is a lot deeper and warmer than the Reposado. Again, big tears, big legs, clingy to the glass. I'm not sure if y'all can see that here on my screen. It's a pretty color, Rick. I mean, it's very pretty to look at.
It's 2 years in French oak. And I believe the French oak was previously used for red wine. I can't guarantee that.
Yeah, I'm not sure. I know if you follow the Partidas at all on Facebook or Instagram, you may have seen Gildardo offloading these huge used barrels of French oak that are, they're very imposing. Those are some really interesting barrels. I think they're much bigger than I had thought, because we're so used to seeing the whiskey barrels. Whiskey barrels have to be a certain size and a gallon size, standardized. But French oak, I guess, comes in all kinds of different styles and sizes. and I was very impressed with the size of the barrels that he was offloading off that truck. They're not cheap, folks. I can tell you that.
Now, I'm not sure if the Reposado has kind of blown out my olfactory sense here,
Well,
but
sniff your hand, sniff your elbow, and then go back and try to reset.
it does seem to be a more muted aroma, where the Reposado seemed to be more robust. It was kind of jumping out.
This one is oddly enough, it's more in line with the tamer añejos that we have had this year. It's really interesting what we're getting. I remember in the last couple of years we were getting a lot of bold blancos, and Rick and I and a lot of the other TJs were saying that the Reposado was making a comeback. And then this past year, the Blanco category kind of paled to the aged categories that we were receiving. And I'm not sure if that has anything to do with the agave crisis, the shortage that we're in now, that we're finally seeing the after effects of using less than mature agave or not as mature agave. And people are more concentrating on the barrel management and the types of barrels in order to give any kind of layers of character to their repos and añejos. And this one, oddly enough, Rick, it's got a very pleasant nose. It's not killing me to try to sniff it,
It's more restrained.
Yeah, it is. They pull the reins on this one, and I'm surprised because, Cava de Oro it's like a bag of sugar went up in your nose or something. When you drop a bag of sugar at the store and it goes up in your nose, this is not that. It's more warm and baking spices and
sort of those French oak notes.
Yeah. We got to dive in. We got to try it. The nose is pretty. It's one-sided. Okay, I will tell you that.
So again, the first thing you notice, it is the sweetness. It's almost getting to kind of like that pancake syrup kind of
yeah
sweetness.
Well, it's clinging to your palate now, and to be fair, I really haven't rinsed my palate. I probably should have. I will after this. You don't want to see that.
I rinsed mine between the Reposado and the Añejo, and it is coating the palate.
I do feel that, and I feel that there's like a hot cinnamon finish in the rear. I don't know if you got any of that at all, or is that a hot pepper? Which is weird because you don't normally get that from a French oak barrel, but maybe that's from the red wine. Maybe I'm getting some dryness from whatever wine has been in there.
I can see what you're saying. I don't think it's huge though.
No, it's
like, more. I'm getting like sweet dried fruit. Like some butterscotch.
It's not as complex maybe as a reposado. Okay, I will go there. This is really more one-sided.
Yeah.
It's a
barrel spirit.
It's a two, maybe a three-dimensional flavor and aroma. It's not trying to pretend to be something else. I don't sense any real layers like I did with the reposado, where you can still get a little bit of the agave, a little bit of the, on the tail end of the palate, you were getting something else. And this is it's sweet all the way in, from the intake, from the nose to the intake. It won't fool you. It's not like the nose is different from the flavor profile or vice versa. It's a straightforward, this is what we are, this is what you're getting, and this is how it's going to go down.
Yeah. Yeah, for me to serve this would be more like a dessert tequila.
You pour
Um,
it on your dessert.
yeah,
You know.
it might be getting to the point where it's too sweet to make a Latin Manhattan.
Yeah.
You would have to shift to more of a drier vermouth rather than a sweet vermouth, maybe. Um,
I would like to see them do something like what Dulce Vida had done. Dulce Vida, before they sold the brand to Milestone, was at a high proof. They were all high proof tequilas. Um, if I'm not mistaken, they're also organic. But what they did was they had a 5 year extra añejo barrel strength, and what was interesting is that they also aged it in Napa Valley barrels. Yeah, I have a full one up in my shelf there, and to me, I know that they made their money and they made their name as a high proof and a organic, but I would really like to see the partidas go there because they're not, Vida, Pura Vida, that Dulce Vida was not using French oak, but they were using Napa Valley barrels that had red wine in it. I probably can, maybe Burgundy or something like that. So the finish on it, not only was it more intense, but it was drier. And I would like to see a drier finish on this, just to see how, and a barrel strength, just to see what they could come up with. Because there's so many people that are so capable. It's almost like here I'm going to give you for instance, Mariah Carey. Okay, Mariah Carey has uh, she has a vocal range that she can shatter glass. Okay, but she doesn't do anything with that voice. She sings rap songs, ladies and gentlemen, and don't get me wrong, I love her music, okay? But every time I listen to Mariah Carey, I think to myself, there is so much talent in that woman, and she's wasting it because it's too easy. She could be the next Donna Summer. May she rest in peace. Donna Summer had an operatic voice. She had a really wide range and scale. Even Aretha Franklin, okay? But this is like the Mariah Carey of tequila. It's pretty, it's sweet, it's one-sided. There's more talent. There, I really wish that they would come up with something besides the really nice bottles. Okay, I wish that they would challenge us as well as themselves with something a little bit more high proof. Don't you agree, or am I just talking out of the side of my
yeah. But frankly, Mike, I don't think they're looking to make us happy with these. I think they have the market segment that they're looking to hit. And I think the flavor profile of that market segment probably matches the flavor profile that tends to run in the family. And they're probably very happy with the way they're addressing their market.
Well, there you go. Congratulations to Adictivo for cornering the market. Hey, more power to them. This is a tough market right now, and if they can make a buck, and obviously they are. If they're offloading big, huge French oak barrels, then great. More power to them. Maybe if you've had this tequila out there or you have it on your shelf, tell us what you think. Write us a note, in the comments below, and if you're watching us on YouTube, subscribe also. Hit that red button, hit the bell, the notification bell. That way, every time we upload a video, you get notified when Rick is on. And but that's our take. That's our take on Adictivo Añejo. Stick with us because we got one more to do. Okay, and it's an extensive line. But there's something interesting that happened to us, and I'll explain that to you in the next video. I'm Mike Morales here in San Antonio. That young man out there is
Rick Levy and Escondido.
You have been watching and listening and all that other stuff on Tequila Aficionado Media and all of our channels and networks. Don't forget to subscribe wherever you're listening to us on the podcast. And whatever you do, tomar sabiamente.
Sip wisely.